Okay, everybody, hi. So we're talking about postural dysfunctions that are causing shoulder pain. Today I want to talk about a wall lean. So we're actually looking at getting the head position through the cervical spine corrected and actually being able to open up that chest and get a better thoracic position of the upper spine. So today what I want you to do, this is actually more of an exercise than a stretch. So it's called a wall lean. You're going to take a towel, right? Just fold it up so it's about the thickness of your knuckle here when it's compressed. You're going to get right against the wall. These are just part two of the doors in my studio. I'm going to put it behind my head, and I'm going to get my posture really nice. So the back of my head's touching the towel, my shoulders are touching the wall, my butt's touching the wall, and my heels and calves are touching the wall. So I'm pretty vertical with a really nice spine. I'm going to tuck my butt a little bit, all right? That always helps stabilize. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk my feet out about 6 to 8 inches. So as I do that, I'm pushing back into the towel. My knees are soft. And even though I'm going to keep talking, when you do this, you're going to close your mouth and you're going to push your tongue to the roof of the mouth. Because when the tongue goes to the roof of the mouth and the mouth is closed, the muscles in the front of the neck, which are the neck flexors, they engage and they help stabilize the neck, okay? So again, you would not be talking while you're doing this. So from here, I'm lengthening up through the back of my head, and if you saw a side view of me from the side here, my ear, my shoulder, my hip, my knee, and my ankle would be in a straight line, just on a slight angle. I'm pushing back with maybe 20-25% effort, which means it's not very strenuous at all, but I'm really focusing on lengthening up and pushing straight back. Again, mouth closed, tongue to the roof of the mouth. So what is this doing? Between your first vertebrae and your second, C1 and C2, 85% roughly of the body's, the brain's neurological information, the proprioception of where it determines where it is in space, 85% of it comes from that junction of C1 and C2. So by working this right now and lengthening the neck, the cervical spine with this, the muscles in the neck are learning how to stay in this position. So the tight muscles are lengthening and the ones that are long and weak are strengthening. You're going to hold this for about a minute for beginners, and then you can advance that as time goes on. But for a beginner, when you're doing this first couple times, just a minute at the most. Again, if there's any pain or anything like this, don't do it. If you have cervical issues, herniated discs, whiplash, do not do this unless you get it cleared by your doctor first, okay? So from here, drawing the stomach in still, breathing. Let's say a minute goes by. Now, when you get off this, because of that change of the proprioceptive information, your brain is going to go, wait a minute, holy cow, and it literally will make you lengthen up. So right now, it feels like I'm being pulled up. You remember we used to do these things where you would stand in a door frame and put your hands like this and push, 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 and then you'd come out of the door frame and it would be like your arms are floating up. Remember that? Well, it's the same thing. But what this is doing is when you get off that, you will literally, your posture will really lengthen up really beautifully. You're going to do this consistently. You can do it a couple times a day. Don't overdo it. Make sure you're not while you're doing it, right? It should just be like you're holding that position without straining. This is going to help you strengthen the postural muscles throughout the neck to keep this head back and in position, which will allow you to keep the ribs in a nice position so that the shoulder, because remember this is all about the shoulder, so the shoulder sits nicely on top of the ribs because now the ribs are in a nice position to support your shoulders. I think of your shoulders as if you had one of those really nice thick hangers and you hang like a silk shirt on it and it drapes really nicely over that hanger. Well, it's the same thing. Your shoulders, you want them to drape like that silk shirt very nicely on top of the hanger, not falling off the front of it. Okay? So, do this. Again, if you have cervical issues, clear it with your doctor first. But do this. You're going to really love what that starts to do. It's actually really fun. Continue on. We got video 4 coming up shortly where we're going to go into some exercises again to open that up, get that position right. And all this is about getting that shoulder to strengthen and stretch out, etc., so that we're getting rid of that pain. Okay? I'll see you soon. Take good care.